And welcome to day 2 of our daily Lenten devotion and carbon fast. Today's topic is going to be why. For starters, I want to share with you our theme for the entire Lent season. The theme is This is about as far as I got in the video before Pastor needed me to make more ashes for Ash Wednesday. We've been giving out ashes all day. Fire!
Fire!
For making ashes. Come on.
For Ash Wednesday.
Yes, yep. So for today's introductory video, we have something really exciting. We're gonna sit down with Pastor Danielle and talk about why did we come to this theme for 40 days in the wilderness with Jesus, and why a carbon fast? Why are we doing this? Here we go. So the first question is about the general theme for Lent.
So why wilderness?
40 days in the wilderness with Jesus. Why wilderness?
Why wilderness?
Ways we could approach Lent.
People quite naturally want to move swiftly through the desert places, right? You think about those moments that have been particularly challenging or trying, maybe those moments where God doesn't seem as near. And those are the moments that we have this desire to kind of finish quickly and get to the other end and celebrate, whatever is waiting for us. I think standing in the wilderness with Jesus is a bit like standing in that resurrection moment. Not the moment when the tomb is empty and the stone is rolled away, resurrection, but that resurrection moment where everyone thought that all hope was lost, and that's when God is doing a new thing.
You have a really good reason for it. Well, I honestly didn't know because we hadn't talked about the background.
That's the reason. I think, resurrection doesn't happen in the spring, it happens in the winter. God is at work. We see the fruits of God's labor in all those ways that we see life happening, but it's before those moments exist when God is really at work. And I think those are the wilderness moments. And it's important for us to dwell there. We miss what God is doing.
Did you think all of that before deciding the theme, or did wilderness pop in your head and then you realized the reason why? I'm just curious.
No. I've thought of that first because that's how it's operated in my life. When I look back at those moments where I felt like God was furthest away, those were actually the moments with hindsight where I see that God was closest to me. I've always been very connected and attracted to this idea of Jesus in the wilderness for 40 days. Not only is it has deep, profound scriptural roots and connections with the Exodus, but more than anything, I've been there. And so it resonates with me in a huge way. And I think it would resonate, or I hope it will resonate with a lot of folks in our community who've been there too. All of us have had those desert moments. All of us have felt tested and tried and uncertain and like God is so far away. And yet, where do we find God? Smack dab in the middle of the wilderness. It's where Jesus was hanging out. So, there's something to it.
And why the carbon fast?
Well, you see. So I think the carbon fast is a perfect fit with this wilderness theme because the wilderness does bring us back time and again to creation. And the reality is that we forget what our relationship to creation is. We forget the wildness that is in this earth and in this world that we've been called to protect and help co-create. And I think the carbon fast invites us back into that relationship. It connects us back to a call that is ancient. And in this city, we forget especially. You can go all day and never see the wildness of things. Now, there are plenty of wild things in the city, but never see the wildness of things, the wilderness, that creation that is untamed that we're part of. I think, too, a carbon fast just also puts faith. A carbon fast gives faith feet. Right? It's a way to exercise our faith in such a way and our agency in such a way that makes a difference in the world that lines up with what God is doing and what God's called us to do. So I think there's something really exciting about the kinetic energy that's part of this type of fast that is bigger than just one person. My cousin gave up homework as well, and horseback riding. I don't think she had ever even touched a horse, and she was like, I'm gonna give up horseback riding for that. Genius.